please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Pankaj. I'm the manager for Asha in Mall of Health. I'm a passer of the Institute of Hotel Management at Mumbai. I'm working in the industry for about 11 years now.
Alright, so we will just ask you a few questions.
Is profit the main objective of your business?
Well, in any business, profit is the main objective, but especially in a service-related business, what we look for is sustained profit.
Right.
So it's not a one-off thing that on one day we need to make profit. We look at about a year, 5 years, 10 years down the line, how we can manage a sustained profit level.
Was it easy to obtain this license? Were there any specifications that your restaurant failed to meet or specifically met?
Not. It is a difficult license to acquire.
And also, what specifications must be met for this license to be obtained?
Well, firstly, it's the legal specifications. The company is legal and so on and so forth. And after that, they will check the venue, whether the venue is appropriate for a restaurant, and then they will issue the license.
How often do you replenish your stock or supplies?
It depends from item to item. There are certain items which have a longer shelf life, which stay longer. The rest are mostly, including luggage, in the restaurant business. Yeah, we have a 2-day expiry. So
And do you usually use customer service?
yes.
Do you take these customer service into the opinion?
Customer service or customer feedback is very important for us because that is how we can keep on making continuous improvement.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Does your restaurant have a license?
Yeah, we have a license and license international level industry. This is our company and we have our head office in JFK.
How long have you been working here?
Almost 5 years, 4 years with our company with the same restaurant.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
Do you have an online website? Does La Piazza have an online website?
we have La Piazza for totally all our company have an online website. It's www.bugis.at. We have La Piazza only and we have a Always encourage this good opportunity to meet myself. My name is Tarek. I am a senior waiter in Chicken Factory. My mission to give all my experience to my guests, making them happy, satisfied, extra smile, and they appreciate I'm with you.
How do you like working here? How do you like working here? How's your environment? Is it good? Is it okay?
Every day I cannot believe myself. Every day I pray for my God to thank Him to give me the chance in Chicken Factory. Because before I'm working in another company or another, I would like to talk about the past. I'm thinking enough for that. To this now. So guys, really Chicken Factory is very, very nice atmosphere. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can feel it. It's really good. And you said you're a
Senior waiter.
senior waiter. Do you handle training? Like, do you train people?
Of course.
How many times a week? Is it monthly, weekly, daily?
Actually, we have a schedule for this one because we look ourselves as a group. Because we are more than 100 persons here. Wow. Cheesecake Factory Wolf Emirates, the bigger restaurant for the Cheesecake Factory in the world.
Oh, okay. That's good.
As a senior manager, as a senior waiter, what kind of perks do you get? What kind of perks, benefits?
Benefits for the senior waiter for the salary. I think so only for the salary because I think so we should be to all equal during the work. The senior waiter we should be the role models for our friends, not judging anyone, not want anyone, but just helping, smile.
How often a week do you work here? How often a week do you work here?
Actually, my question I don't hear you because too much slowly again. So
How often a week do you work here?
actually 6 days. Sometimes during my off, I ask to work in my off. Really?
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 So this is a passion for you then?
So you're definitely happy here.
It's my second home now. Imagine if you take this day off, I miss my friends. Same one day, but I won't. Right?
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Just Falafels, and here we have.
I'm Amelito, and I'm working here since 1.5 years. I'm working in the city.
Okay, so we have Mr. Amrit as a chef from Just Falafels, JLT, and we would like to ask a few questions here. Do you like your working environment?
Yes, of course, I like my working environment because everything here is good. My colleagues are good, my owner is good, and we are keeping the environment good. So all the way here we are working is good. So I like the environment.
Okay. Is profit the main objective of your business?
Actually, profit is also the objective of the business, but it's not the main objective of the business. We need profit, of course, we need profit, but we want to give more satisfaction to the customers. Like I said, customer service should be good. It's our main objective. And then, you know what, to grow up our company, to grow up all over the world, that is our main objective.
What are the storage conditions of your food products?
Actually, for the food products, all the stores are proper. Like you know what? Chiller, it's 5 people. Refrigerator, freezer is -80, and the chiller is 5 people, and the AC is also in a good way, which doesn't affect our food.
Okay. How many days a week do you work?
We work 6 days in a week, and per day 9 hours, including 1 hour. We are happy with that.
How often is the restaurant cleaned?
Basically, it's cleaned every day. We are cleaning it every day. And you know, some of the items that we have to clean once a week, so which are not possible to clean every day. Like all the wall of the inside the shop, inside the freezers, big chillers. We are cleaning once a week.
Does your restaurant have an official license?
We have without license, we can't run the business.
Is food produced, sold, or used before expiration date?
Yeah, normally maximum we sold before the expiration date, but some of the times it goes as a wastage, so we will not, if the date is expired, we will not sell that one. We will throw it as a wastage.
So do you wash your hands before cooking?
Yes, of course it was.
How often do you train your staff?
In the beginning, when we started this plant, we give a train for 15 days for the food. Normally once a month we will train them about the new food items, about the new course of the food items, storage, everything. Once a month we will have a train about it.
Okay. And do you have an online website?
Yes, we have.
Yes. And thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for giving to introduce ours.
Hi, we are at the Anjapur restaurant at Karama, and we have the manager of the restaurant. Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Uday from Uday.
Uday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Mr. Uday, and we're going to ask him a few questions.
Okay, the first one is, do you like your working environment?
Yeah.
The workspace. Okay, how many days a week do you work?
Normal 6 days.
6 days a week. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a license?
Yeah, sure.
How often do you have to renew your license?
Almost August.
August? Okay, so is it very hard to get the license? Is it difficult to get license?
No.
What do you need to get license?
You can normally renew it. So,
No, what do you require?
procurement, staff details, and some things. Staff details, staff details, and license fees, something.
Oh, okay. What is the license fees?
The 24,000.
Okay.
Is your staff regularly trained?
Chennai and
franchise.
Oh, okay. And how often do you change your stocks and supplies in the restaurant? Stocks. Stock, supplies, stock. Yeah. How often do you change? Regularly. Yeah.
How's your storage conditions for the food? Is it always in electricity? Is it always in containers, freezers? Constant? Is the electricity always on constant, or do you have generators to back it up?
Do you have generators?
Do you change or do you train your staff often, or is it just once and then you never train them again? Sorry? Do you change or train your staff regularly, or is it they're trained once and then you never train them again?
Okay, thank you very much.
So this looks very good, doesn't it? Now let's see how it is beneath the grill.
So I'm outside Karama right now in the Sharma restaurant, and as you can see that although this restaurant's in Karama, they still have over 100 branches all over the world. So here we are in Karama, and we have finished all of our interviews in Karama and in the Mall of the Emirates and for just falafels, and here we have an analysis from all of our group mates. And we start with Kezia first.
Okay, so everyone knows about the incident in 2011 when there was a reported number of deaths for about 6 children, and the cause of their deaths was basically food poisoning in areas like Karama and Dubai. And all the children were aged between 1 and 6, so obviously their deaths were quite tragic and affected a lot of people in Dubai. As a result of this effects, or as a result of these deaths really, a lot of people then restrained themselves from coming to these places and eating for fear of being contaminated themselves by the food. However, we see
that as many people think that Karama is a repulsive place to stay, and we have found some good restaurants like Al Japar. They have license and food storage facilities and electricity supplies, and Saravan Abavan have trained staff from outside of Chennai.
Although Amin has some really good points about restaurants not being as bad as they seem, we have also seen what lies beneath the grill in the kitchens, which you have seen before in this documentary. And what I feel is that although they are trained, they're not as trained as they should be to qualify for a license in the UAE, since they need staff details and staff requirements. And I also feel that they are still not very well equipped with their storage facilities, since we saw refrigerators and things like that which were not switched on, and we also saw really not fresh supplies like vegetables, and the storage facilities and the kitchen was not really clean, and that might just be the reason why these restaurants don't allow us to enter their kitchen.
Well, Sparsh does have a point about how the kitchen was not as clean as it should have been, but we never know. All restaurants clean their kitchens or clean their utilities per shift, and as we went in, we saw that the manager was just about to leave. For all we know, we could have shot the restaurant just before it was cleaned, just before the new manager walked in.
So as Kezia said before, that people are afraid of coming to Karama because of food poisoning. We have found that these restaurants have certified licenses, and that proves to people that they should not be afraid of coming to Karama.
And they have reached to a point of desperation that they had to put their licenses on the wall.